Hello, family. My name is Chris. I am your home gamer dad, and we are about to start the Raise the Flag campaign for G.I. Joe, the deck builder. Oh my goodness, I've been so excited for this, to actually play this for you guys and show this off and everything. So just to give a little bit of background on this and everything, first off, yes, I am skipping a few of the missions for G.I. Joe, the deck builder. I wanted to play them kind of in order before doing Raise the Flag, but I'm skipping mission 6, which is the Dreadnought one right now. And then I didn't like mission 7, the one from New Alliance, so I probably won't be playing that at all. And then this came out before the next two expansions, which is Silent Intruder and Crimson Veil, if I'm not mistaken, as of this video. Raise the Flag is exactly as it says here, a campaign expansion. Whereas the other expansions for G.I. Joe, the deck builder, you have specific missions that you can kind of drop in and drop out, easily just go through, play through the mission, was it Act 1 through 3 and call it a day, hurrah, hurrah. This is actually a 5-game campaign, because that's the word, where you are actually doing stuff along the way. You're building out the USS FLAGG, which is this giant ship for the Joes, in order to be able to take down Cobra and all their other things. As you do stuff through the game, you unlock certain things, you gain other things, and you can actually go through this campaign multiple times and find new stuff over and over and over again. Now, before we get into any of that, I want to show you guys this. This right here is your USS FLAGG, and I'll let you know all the backgrounds of this and everything once we start it up and go into the mission briefings and everything like that. The actual flag itself is this. You put together all these pieces and everything that come within the box, and this is kind of like your main base throughout the course of the campaign, where you're going to be upgrading this as you go along. The flag is broken up into multiple sections. I think it's the catapult, the elevator, the comms tower, the weaponry, and then this is the flight deck. And actually, just for anybody out there that's watching this, if you're playing this game and you're setting up on page 3 of the rule book, they actually talk to you about the first upgrade that you're going to be putting on the flag. That's where these little tiles come from. Now, if you have the game for yourself, you may see a bunch of these that are not double-sided, but there's an ability on top, and then you flip it over, and then there's another ability on this side. When you upgrade the flag, you get to choose one of those two abilities to put on it, and whatever you put on it, it stays on the flag for the rest of the game. The actual flight deck one itself is permanent for the entire game. It's always the same. Just to let you guys know now, early in the video, be sure to watch all the way to the end, because once I finish this mission, before we go on to mission 2, you out there are going to be the ones that vote on certain things that happen for the next mission. Mission 2 is just going to be for an upgrade. Mission 3 is not only an upgrade, but a branching path, all kinds of stuff. Flight deck right here, which is the ability we get, turns the USS FLAGG into a transport. It's a generic transport. I don't think it's a boat transport and everything. It's just a transport. The thing of it is you can bring 5 Joes on the mission with you. All text abilities on Joes are ignored, which sounds terrible, which means that all your special abilities and everything on your Joes, they're basically just blank. You're only using whatever their skills are and everything going into a battle. All transport abilities on the USS FLAGG activate. As you find transport vehicles, your planes, your boats, your tanks, things like that ways, they start by going on the flag before they hit your hangar. All of the ones you buy go immediately on the flag. When you use the flag as a transport for a mission, then you use them all at once, and then they go to your hangar. There's this circle that goes with it. It goes from you buy it to the flag, you use it on the flag, it goes in your hangar. When you use it in the hangar, it goes into your discard pile. So when you redraw it, it goes back to the flag. So that's pretty much how that works. At the end of the mission, return all transports on the USS FLAGG to the hangar. So yeah, so there you go. So that's what you use all of them. All the transports that you use from the flag actually activate. Doesn't matter if their abilities are supposed to trigger or not for the mission, they all do anyway. So it can be really, really powerful if you have the right stuff on there. I have these small Sky Strikers on here. This came with the box. I don't really like them very much. They don't really do very good, but they're there for fun. So we're going to slide this in here, and then that is going to be where we upgrade all of our stuff. It's hard to really see at this point, but it's hard for me to get this angle, so don't expect to see the flag all that much for the campaign. But when we do, it's going to be epic. Now then, let's head back to right here. I want to just kind of point out some things for the campaign and what makes this a unique experience. If this is something you're looking to add to your collection, that you want to try this out and everything like that, by all means, there are affiliate links to the Renegade website and everything down in the description section below. I actually think they have a deal going on right now for the deck builder game, which is awesome. So using those really go a long way to helping the channel, and I thank you all so much. Now, as far as the rules go, when you actually start flipping through the campaign rules, you're going to come up to points where it actually says stop on the bottom. That means that anything beyond that are going to be spoilers for the campaign, because it's going to tell you about how certain things happen. There are going to be a lot of new keywords and a lot of new things that happen within this campaign that the rulebook will tell you, but you probably shouldn't read it until you actually unlock it and learn that it exists. There are 20 new main deck cards, which I'm going to talk about later. Bunch of new leader stuff, 2 new leaders, even though it says 5 cards, but there's 2 new ones. Submission cards and things along that way. The big thing with it are these envelopes. There's a few of these top secret envelopes within the box. Do not open these until you're instructed to do so via the campaign manual. This is going to tell you everything you need to know about how to play the game, what the different campaigns are. I'm going to just do a slight open, because we're going to read this first one anyway. This is going to be the first one. So it's episode 1, Party Crashers. You get a Duke's briefing right here. This little Morse code line here just says briefing, by the way. It says that on all of them. What the setup is, and then just a few other details that you need to go through whenever you do a particular episode. And we'll go over those once I actually read them. This is great, because this is like the story within the story and what makes this campaign so amazing. The big thing you do got to know for, I don't know why I said no for, that's kind of weird, but the big thing you have to remember is that on the very last page is this campaign log right here, and this is how you are, keeping track of all of your details and everything throughout the course of your game. I believe you can download this off of the Renegade website, so you can just print out more of these. I actually found the PDF version of this manual, and I separated this page from it. So as you can see right here, I am starting to fill out this campaign log, and this is what we're going to be doing throughout the course of our game. I'm taking 4 leaders into this. You can have as many as you want, but four is like a good one, even though you should probably only do about 2 per. It depends on who you're playing with. I have Cover Girl and Shipwreck, which Shipwreck is a new leader for this campaign, whereas Cover Girl is from the New Alliance. Gotta at least give it some representation. It's really good. And then, of course, I have Scarlet and Keelhaul coming in a little bit later for this campaign. Keelhaul being the other Joe that was within this campaign, and Scarlet because Scarlet is awesome. So as we go through all of that, I'll be taking those notes that you see, story notes and everything, marking them down on that, and then I just show you from there. So with that said, the last thing I do want to talk about before we get this started is, of course, the main deck itself. Now, I have taken the main deck from the base game, so all of those cards from the base game. I've added in the 20 cards from the this new expansion, but I've also gone through Shadow of the Serpent, Cold Snap, and New Alliance, and kind of cherry-picked like a few cards from there. A lot of them were generic cards and everything like that. This would have been 116 cards, which is way higher than it should be. You should really only have a deck of about 80 to 90 cards, give or take, or whatever. So what I did is I have removed 30 cards from that deck. So these 30 cards would have been on here normally, but I have removed them. So these 30 cards are not within this game, bringing this to 85. At the end of this mission, I am going to take all the cards that I have used and shown and everything like that, shuffle them up, remove 35 of those cards, and then shuffle these into there. So it's always going to be, or 30 cards, whatever it is, whatever I took out, whatever that one is, I think it's 30. It's always going to be 85 cards in here, and I'm just going to kind of keep it a rotation throughout the course of all of these campaigns, just so we can see new stuff, just so we can try to get as many cool cards as possible, and then, just increase our strategy and everything along that ways. I am doing Cover Girl, and I am doing Shipwreck for this first game, and then once I do the next games, Mission 2 will be Scarlet and Keelhaul, and I'll just kind of mix and match them as I go along. So I will shuffle these 2, and with those shuffled, we can start this. 2 last things I do want to talk about really quickly before we begin. Well, you have everything right over here. I'm going to move this off the side. We're going to talk about this once I start reading from the manual, getting us into our first mission. But the first thing you have to keep in mind is that inside of Shipwreck's deck. Shipwreck actually has 11 cards in his starter deck instead of 10 because he has a special new ally to him called a pet, or from pets or something like that. It's an acronym. I'll remember. I'll talk about it later. So that is in his deck, and I'll explain the pets system once we actually get to it. The other thing I do want to talk about are mission critical dice, which is what I use whenever I play G.I. Joe the Deck Builder. I only use mission critical dice on leader class Joes, so they have to have the word leader in their keywords, and I only use them for specialized techniques, the tracker, the ninja, stealth, vehicle, things along that ways. Anything that's wild skill or anything like that will get the standard dice that we have here, the 50% win-loss thing or whatever. But I always figured that the leaders for the Joes are just, obviously they're better, they know what they're doing more, so I will use mission critical dice for them. And I'll explain that a little bit more as we go through it. So, with that said and done, if there's anything else I have to think of along the way, I will let you know. Everything else is set up as per normal for a G.I. Joe the Deck Builder game. We have our, our gauge here. If this ever hits the top, we immediately lose. There's another thing to that as well, but that'll be explained when I talk here. If we have 5 Cobra battalions and need to play a 6th one, we immediately lose. If we go through the entire deck and need to draw a card, we immediately lose, which is another reason why you got to take some of it out, because with 100 and something cards in that deck, that kind of gets nullified, and you can't have that. Any cars or vehicles in the hangar, what we use in order to go on to missions. The vamp will always be here. It will never go on to the flag, and we'll always have that ready to go. Our service rifle that we can buy, and our level 1 complications right here. Now, all of that said, let's start. Episode 1, Party Crashers. Duke's briefing. G.I. Joe just got an upgrade. A 1,000-foot upgrade made of 100,000 tons of American steel. And you're all about to get very familiar with her. The USS FLAGG, named after ex-Joe General Lawrence Flagg, God rest his soul, and helmed by Admiral Keelhaul. This state-of-the-art aircraft carrier is preparing for its maiden voyage. While the brass expects blue skies and clear sailing, I'm not so optimistic. Sure, we haven't heard a peep from Cobra in over a year, but something about that makes my gut feel even worse. I want everyone on their guard. We need to be ready for anything those Vipers might throw our way. Special setup. Open envelope 1 and retrieve the 12 story mission cards only. The story mission deck is separated into 3 acts. Each act consists of 2 randomly drawn story missions and 1 finale with the gold border. As in the core set, you're basically just setting it up the exact same way, with the mission 3 finale on the top, going all the way down to the mission 1. I'll do that as soon as I'm done reading this. In this way, you will have a story deck of 9 cards with the first Act 1 mission on top. I'm going to follow through with that. Usually I cut that down, but I'm going to follow through with that here. Cleanup. After every episode in the campaign, there will be a debrief where you will evaluate the success of your mission and write several notes in your campaign log. Do not put away any game materials until after debriefing, which is on the other side of this page. Catastrophic failure. If you lose to Cobra before the end of Act 2, check the next catastrophic failure box on your campaign log. You will need to play the episode again with the bonus given. Remember that a 3rd catastrophic failure across the entire campaign means the campaign ends in failure. All right, so these are pulled from that envelope, which once again is top secret envelope number 1. They only wanted you to pull the story missions for right now. Trust me, as you go through the mission, you'll go back to the envelope, maybe even to different envelopes, and then pull different things. Now, this is going to be set up in the exact same way as you would any other mission at all. You're going to take the 3 story missions that you have here, and they are actually numbered 1, 2, 3, which is actually weird. I don't know why they do that for this one. I don't know if it matters anything at all, but I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these dice, and we're just going to roll it, and we're going to move from left to right, and that's going to be it. I'm not even going to shuffle these. So we'll roll it 1. So we start here, moving 1. So that's our first mission. Not even moving, so we'll just put that as our second mission. So that goes back. Now we have Act 1. Let's go ahead and grab Act 2. Once again, we'll do that to the middle. Oop. So that'll be 1, 2. We'll go back this. Well, I guess Guess if it was 0, it would have been, we'll do that. Whatever. I've never seen these, so I have no idea what to expect, to be honest with you. I should have gotten a D6 and just kind of rolled it from there. Yeah, sure. We'll just go with consistency on that point. There we go. Fine. Done. And that means that we have mission 3, 2, 1. Now, again, like it said in the book, if we lose, like completely lose the game before finishing Act 2, we have a catastrophic failure, which means that something happens to the ship, we get something, but that's bad. It's like 3 strikes and you're out. You have 3 catastrophic failures, your campaign is a complete bust. You can't even start it over, and you have to start it. I'm sorry, you have to start it over. It is gone forever. As far as this goes, we are going to do our best in order to not have that happen. So what do we have here? So we know what we're getting. This is the first mission for mission 1. I'll read it once it goes into play, which is not into play right now. I'm just going to leave it up here just for a little bit. But we do know that we need to find marksman and tracker in order to, to defeat it with a success of 5. All right, let's go ahead and draw out. Well, let's first put out our opening market. So there's 6 cards that go out. So we got Blizzard, that's from Cold Snap. We have the Proximity Mine from the base game. Distraction, that's always fun. Bazooka, 4 explosives, that's pretty good. You're stealth, you're explosive, +1 wild skill, 1 on a side mission, sure. Vehicles, none of these are good. We need marksman and track. Marksman, all right, repeater. All right, cool, he gets 3, that's great. All right, yeah, you're from Shadow of the Serpent, you're from the base game, awesome. Okay, cool, and you're only 2, that's really, really good. We're gonna draw our first 5 cards for Cover Girl. 3, 4. Oh, come on, 5. That's a terrible opening hand. Because remember, this is the first round. First round is a free buying round. We can just kind of grab whatever it is that we want. We don't have to worry about Cobra or anything like that. There's no missions that we have to worry about either. Ooh, okay, good. Polly. Polly is brand new because he's part of the PETS, which stands for Primal Emergency Tactical Squad, an animal-based group within G.I. Joe that help the Joes, which is very, very weird. There are other pets in this game, but for right now, Polly is the only one that we have, and he is attached to Shipwreck. Shipwreck starts with Polly in the deck. If this mission includes Shipwreck, double one of Shipwreck's printed skills. If it does not, retrieve a Joe from your discard pile as a mission. Polly doesn't really help at all. Hey, look, it's Shipwreck. That's fun. Actually, that's pretty good. Tracker. Ooh, okay, we may actually... I can't save them both, which is the problem. Because remember, we're playing in 2-player mode, so we're allowed to save 1 card for the next round in our hand. I have to think about that. But as far as this goes and everything, I am going to first and foremost, we're going to trigger. I like triggering comms because triggering comms enables me to kind of cycle through the deck a little bit faster, find better cards. I'm actually going to toss Blizzard. So Blizzard's going to go to a discard pile, which is off the side. So we'll just replace that with the Railgun. Oh, that's fun as well. +3 Marksman. Oh, and 2 Explosive. All right, so that's really good. Even though it's a 5, that's not going to really help at all. I'm going to leave Second Effort in here. And then the 2 GIs are going to grab Repeater. And remember, in this game, whenever you purchase something, it goes to the top of your deck. So this is why you're knowing and planning for everything. Another 2, each player who reveals a leader from their hand draws a card. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so that's going to be the end of Cover Girl's turn. Now we're going to draw 5. 1, 2, 3. What is her? Oh, she's vehicles, right? Which would make sense. Cover Girl's special ability, by the way, when Cover Girl is on a mission, the transport tank bonus is always active. So it doesn't matter if it works or not within the... if it triggers or not, it will trigger regardless. So that's always good. And 5. Wow, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buying. Ooh. All right, so now we also got to remember that second effort is back in there. As far as Shipwreck goes, I'm going to go ahead and put Polly up here, just to kind of bring Polly back later. And then I have the 3 that I'm going to use here. I really think I should just take Bazooka, because Bazooka, I can't use explosives or anything along that ways. I mean, Distraction's really good too, but the +1 wild skill when on a side mission is awesome. lift ticket. If there's a leader on the mission, draw a card. No, I'm going to leave that. All right, so we're going to grab Bazooka for 3. We'll put Bazooka right there. That's 1, 2, 3. These all go to his discard. Well, he's used them in a sense. We replace. Oh, Hawk! Oh, I love Hawk, but he's expensive. He's going to take a while to get. And that's going to be that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with Polly for 6. Now, we have finished this round, which means the end of round finally triggers. Our little marker right here moves up into the green, and we are now officially within the danger zone for this game. It'll never go back into blue ever. It will now continuously move up, and we have to keep track of this in order to make sure we do not lose. In addition to that, it is now our turn once again, a whole new round start. There is no storyline mission in play, so repel, the Rattler attack goes into play. Let's read up about this. Repel the Rattler attack. Like a moth to the flame, Cobra's air squadron has the USS FLAGG dead in its sights. Seems these pests can't resist pestering the Joes, even on the inaugural voyage. All plane special abilities activate, and 1 complication is attached to this story mission. Place the damage token 3 spaces above the threat meter. If the threat meter reaches the damage spot, this mission immediately fails. A success of 5 is required in order to beat it. Finishing it lowers the gauge by 1, and you log Rattlers repelled. Failing it means that it goes up by 1 and add 1 Cobra battalion to the lineup. Okay, so it's right here right now. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. That'll hit that really fast, by the way. We got to get rid of this thing as soon as we can. And so at the end of the turn, it's going to move up. And then if it ever reaches that spot, it immediately fails. We can go after this at any time we want, but as soon as we just, say that we're going after it, then we have to get 5 or we lose completely. So I gotta really determine what I want to do, but we do get a complication and it snaps to it. So once we start this mission, then whatever that is going to activate. Okay, so we do know that it is CoverGirl's turn. Let's go ahead and take all of her stuff to the main. We only have, well, the vamp can be used multiple times, but we only have one thing out right now, which is the Repel the Rattler attack, and I think we should be able to do something with it. All right, so we know the vamp is coming in. We have 4 Joes that we can bring into it. Repeater is definitely going into it. He's not going to be the one that starts it. Who do I want? I guess CoverGirl. Just put CoverGirl down anyway. So we have 2 now that's part of this mission from CoverGirl. So I'm actually just going to kind of put her stuff over here. So now we're going to go ahead and use some cards from Shipwreck. Shipwreck is going to activate. He's going to throw, do I want to throw Bazooka in there? Plus, it's not a side mission. It's not explosive. He's going to throw a Joe in because as long as he's within this battle, he can then use Polly. Polly has, if this mission includes Shipwreck, double one of Shipwreck's printed skills. If it does not, retrieve a Joe from your discard pile and add it to this mission, ignoring the capacity limit. Oh, okay. So in that case, then I am going to throw in, I don't want to do all of this, but I'm going to throw in another Joe because I want to beat this. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab Shipwreck and put him in the mission as well. All right, so Shipwreck is in the mission as well. So what we have here is Shipwreck is a leader. He has 2 trackers. So that grants him 2 mission critical dice because he's using his ability and tracker is part of it. It's marksman and tracker. You can use both. Then I have 1, 2 of the regular dice. CoverGirl's only going to grant 1 because of it. And Repeater, because he's a regular Joe, grants 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 dice going up against a 5 to repel the Rattler attack. Leaves a Shipwreck with only 3 cards in his hand and a new story mission, but at least we should be able to beat it, and we have to get 5. Did we get 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo. Whoa, we just barely nailed that in. And even without the mission critical dice, we would have gotten it too. So that's really nice to know as well. All right, so the downfall is all of these go to Shipwreck's discard pile, so he can't actually use them to get anything. These are used for CoverGirl. This goes back to the hangar. And we have, oh, you know what I didn't do? I got to put Major Blood into play. Oh, of course, complications. Okay, that's not so bad. I mean, his is at the start of each player's turn, place 1 Cobra Battalion on an uncovered spot in the lineup that costs 5 or more. There's only 2 on there, so he isn't going to be too much of a problem, but we got to make sure that those Cobra Battalions take care of, and we got to get rid of him as well. So we've done that complication, which is good. That'll just go over to the side, discarded. However, that doesn't mean anything for this. We have actually completed it. We don't have to worry about this going down 1 because it's already at the lowest it can go, but I can get rid of this, and we log this up here as a successful mission. So that's 1 for us. Let's see what else we can do. Problem is that I only have 3 standard GIs that are not really going to do much of anything. And I do realize that I did have a successful mission here with Shipwreck using at least 1 of the GI. No, we used both GIs. So I'm actually going to toss just 1 of them. You know, just start thinning out the deck that way. I'm going to try it. I have a second effort that I can attempt to use. So let's see if we can do 3 dice to beat Major Blood. This is a long shot, but it's possible. I need 4. I need 4. So that's okay. All right. So we'll use our second effort. So we save those. We'll use our second effort. Oh, we did it. Oh, the GIs pulled through. Isn't that awesome? Bam! All 4 have been taken out. So he's actually back here with that. All right, good. I like that. Get him out of here. In addition to that, I mean, we've used the second effort, so that would just kind of go away. And these GIs we don't need anymore. Let me count to see how many I want to toss. So I have 3 that I can spend. I'm going to keep 2 GIs, and I'm going to toss 1 of them from her in order to get the railgun. We're going to pop the railgun right there. Okay. I've used all my cards, so I can't save any, which is unfortunate. Polly also was used, so I have bazooka with explosives. The next thing. And Jinx has come out, which is really nice. Oh, man. All right, so 1, 2. Let's reshuffle. Okay, and 3, 4, 5. All right, that's not a great amount of spending, but whatever. So now it is, what is it? It's a Shipwreck's turn, but Shipwreck only has bazooka in play. But what's not in play is a story mission. I forgot if I mentioned this or not, but Rattler Repelled is added to our story notes for episode 1. There might be something that comes up later that says, if this is logged, do X, Y, and Z. So let's go in here so we know we have it. In addition to that, we are starting another storyline mission because it is the beginning of a character's turn, and if a story mission is not in play, boom, it goes into play. Hey, marksman and explosives. I got explosives with bazooka. I got marksman with all kinds of things. I might be able to do this, though it says read 24, and I'll explain all that later. First, we need to read Protect the USS FLAGG. Guess the celebration is over before it has even begun. It's all hands on deck as Cobra crashes the party. 3 complications are added to this mission. Add 1 Cobra Battalion to the lineup and draw and resolve 1 complication. 3 successes from any 1 skill completes this mission. A success means you get to drop down the threat meter by 1 and target player draws a card. A failure means the threat meter goes up by 1. Each player gains 1 Cobra Trooper. All right, into the complications deck we go. I'm actually going to put them right here so I don't forget this time, as I often do. That would have been bad otherwise. That's 3 complications there. We have to add a Cobra Battalion to the lineup. So it just starts from the far left and works its way over. So Jinx, unfortunately, is covered by a battalion. We can defeat it and get rid of it. But remember, if the battalions cover up all 5 and we go to place a 6th one on this one right here, we immediately lose. So I'm glad that we got rid of Major Blood, because he would just put 1 here, but any 1 extra is bad. But we do need to do a complication anyway, because that's what this mission is. But once we do that, we don't have to worry about anything else. We can just kind of build stuff up until we have completed it. Put Crystal Ball into play. Yeah, because he's fine. I didn't need him for anything else, so I like him too. I had his toy. It was fun. All right, Crystal Ball is in play. Crystal Ball says that for 4, you can use Tech and Marksman, so you can choose, which is nice. During your recruit phase, either buy the leftmost uncovered card in the lineup or increase the thing by 1. I think it's the leftmost uncovered card. So the Cobra Battalion's going to do that, but if I don't buy it, then our threat meter keeps going up. And the big problem is that I have enough to buy it. I can buy the proximity mine. I really can. but I don't have enough in order to be able to do anything else. You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to take this diffuse. We're going to put this over here for next turn. We're going to use Bazooka. Bazooka's not a leader, but we're going to go ahead and go after the Cobra Battalion. The Vamp is what we use in order to do that. So him by himself, I'm not going to bring in anything from CoverGirl. Explosives, because it's any one skill, we get to add 4, and this is a side mission, so we actually get to add a 5th because Bazooka's ability is +1 wild skill. That is a green dice when going up against a side mission. I need 2. I'm just going to do this right here. I need 2 in order to defeat them. Oh my goodness, I was looking at too many blanks, but there you go. I did 3 right there, and I defeated the Cobra Battalion, which may not have been the smartest move now that I look at it, because I need to buy Jinx in order for Crystal Ball not to activate, and that didn't really work out. So, man, if Jinx defeats the side mission, return her to your hands for martial arts. I'm actually going to comms her out just to see if there's a cheaper one that gets replaced. Nope, something more expensive. Falcon. Apply the transport terrain bonus, whether it matches the mission or not. That's always nice for vehicles, but we don't really have any vehicles up here in order to buy. All right, so the sad part is whoosh, this goes up 1 because of Crystal Ball. I need to get rid of him immediately. It is now the end of, Shipwreck's turn. So these go in here. We got to get rid of Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball needs to go away immediately because that's just going to mess us up so badly. I actually also realized that I didn't buy anything from the lineup up here anyway. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to take... I only had 2, by the way. So I'm going to take a service rifle. So that would have been on top, so I would have drawn that. So there you go. So that's 1, 2, 3. This would have been the car I would have drawn from here, by the way. Boom and boom. Hey, it's Bazooka. That's pretty good with explosives. Not that I need it, but boom. Part of a side mission. Crystal Balls is a group mission, but really I only take the service rifles in order for the purchasing power because I need it. Now, end of turn, end of round. The story mission in play doesn't do anything. All of the other card effects don't do anything at the end of the round, but we are in the green, so this moves up 1, and then it moves up another 1 right there. So you can see this is going to get really fast if Crystal Ball stays in play, so we need to beat him. The only problem is that I don't have a side mission in order to use my diffuse on, so that's going to be an issue. But we are going to go ahead and fight him anyway. Diffuse is going to go up here, and we're going to take all of these cards. We'll bring this. It's a group mission, so I can bring in some help. So we're going to use both the GIs right here, and then we'll use both GIs right here. So we have all 4 GIs going into this fight. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 dice that we're going to use, and then CoverGirl is also going to use her railgun, which gives +3 marksman and +2 explosive. We're not going to really worry about the marksman right now. Where are the rest of my dice? There they are. Okay, good. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice that I need a 4 on in order to get rid of Crystal Ball. I do have 1 reroll if need be, so we'll see what we get here. You always want to try to get at least double the amount of dice to the amount that you have in order to beat it. Oh, nope, don't need it. 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. Again, very, very close, but oh man, that was good. All right, Crystal Ball has been defeated. He goes back up over here. These, unfortunately, again, are... I may just toss these. Yeah, I'm just going to toss both of them. I have the service rifle and things like that. I'll be able to buy some other things and build up, Shipwreck's deck better with the baiter. Do I want to get rid of all these? I don't need that, so I'm not going to worry about that. And now I have 3 recruit that I can use. I might as well just get lift ticket. I know distraction is really good as well, but you never know when you're going to need other skills. So we're going to grab lift ticket, and that's going to be the end of the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I got CoverGirl, there we go. Perfect. Why that's perfect is because in order to defeat the story mission, I need 3, and I can use any skill. I can use lift ticket and CoverGirl to get 6 dice for vehicles in order to guarantee to do it. Problem is we have to go through the end of the round first. It is, Shipwreck's turn. Shipwreck does not have anything, well, this also comes back here, by the way. Shipwreck is going to throw Polly up here, because we'll use Polly later. I know I should keep the diffuse, but I'll get that as I go along. I have 4 to spend. Ooh, the jump. So the jump is a new card from the from this expansion, the campaign expansion. This mission is also a plane mission, +1 wild skin and +2 vehicles. So if I have a plane, then as a vehicle, then that will trigger with the jump. That's really good. I could also get Falcon for 4. I'm actually going to take Falcon because he gives explosives, and I see that I need explosives for the final mission in round 1. So all of this is here. That's fine. I've also thinned out this deck pretty well. Got rid of a lot of GIs. There's Shipwreck. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Poly. Wow, look at that. That's some good buying power. However, here we are again. Back at the end of the round. Nothing happens with the story mission. So the green section activates, so it's +1, and then the meter goes up another 1. So now we're going to start adding Cobra battalions to the mix, should we get this by the end of the round. However, now we're going to go ahead and take CoverGirl's turn in order to defeat that story mission. I do have to replace this. I always forget to put that. Ooh, the Shuriken. Oh, those are really nice. It's for 2, you get 2. And on a mission, it's +1 wild skill, and you can play this to aid any mission, whether you have a Joe on the mission or not. That I need to get. That I 100% need to get. Nice to give that to Shipwreck in order to do whatever. So we're going to go after this story mission, but before we do that, we need to place down the Joes that we're going to use. CoverGirl immediately goes as well. Lift Ticket goes. If there's a leader on this mission, draw a card. So we get to draw a card. And in her hand, she gets another GI. So that's not so bad. I now have 3 GIs that I could figure out if I'm going to do something with. You know what? I'm just sending her all on her own. These are all her stuff. All CoverGirl is going to worry about right now is defeating this mission. So all 4 Joes are hers, and we are going to go ahead up against this. But first, we need to draw those complications. Because anybody that plays this game knows that these could be awfully bad. All right, so Rattler Attack, a side mission precision strike, 2 for vehicles. At the end of your turn, plus I'm going to give this to CoverGirl because she has vehicles and it's a better chance for her to do that. This will not trigger now. This will only trigger at the end of her next turn, so that's a good thing. So that's going to go to her. Story mission, discard 1 Joe from this mission. Goodbye, one of your GIs, so that's fine as well. And re-roll 1 hit. Don't tell me the odds. I have to remember that. All right, so let's lay this down. We need a 3. You're giving 1. Lift Ticket is not a leader, so all he's doing is adding 3. However, CoverGirl is a leader with 3 vehicle, because that's what we're using as vehicle, and she gets 3 mission critical dice. For Don't Tell Me the Odds, I will re-roll a mission critical dice because they outrank these dice. So I figured that would be the fair thing to do in this situation. I also only need 3, so that's not bad at all. Let's go ahead and do this. Ready? Boom! Shakalaka. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to re-roll this. It doesn't really matter. Hold back to the same. Sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have obliterated this with a keyword that we do not see yet. But just keep in mind doubling the effect of, or doubling the amount of hits we need in order to finish something. All right. That's done. -1 on the tracker, so we're back to the yellow, which is good. And then I get to target player draws a card. I'm going to have Shipwreck draw a card. Comps. Okay, good. That might help out or whatever. I can't attack her precision strike, but with him, do I want that? It's explosives. Explosives and marksman. Or should I just draw? Well, I already drew. Doesn't matter. Already drew. Hands off the chess piece. I'm also taking this GI and I'm tossing it, leaving Lift Ticket and CoverGirl as these 2 right here that I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the Proximity Mine because I think the Shuriken is better. And also, if I can use this for something, I can discard that Rattler Attack immediately. So that's good. Put that down. Gas Grenade. Defeat 1 Cobra Trooper you control. We don't control any, so I may just toss that at some point. That defeats that mission. Sweet. So 1, 2. Let's do this. Actually, Repeater has Marksman, so I can use that for the story mission with here. Oh, we got vehicles. I need that for the Rattler Attack. Thank you, CoverGirl. There we go. Sweet. Oh, and +3 to Marksman for the Railgun. Ooh, okay. All right, I like this. I like this. And we're also going into the final act of Act 1. This is going to be awesome. Here we go as we hold back Cobra. The USS Flagg is under siege by Cobra's elite squadrons. If the Joes can hold back the storm, there may be time to celebrate. Air-based vehicles get their abilities triggered for this one. Add one complication to this. Read log 24, which I will do now before we continue. A storm cloud above the waterfront. A dark cloud hovers above the ocean, quickly rolling in towards shore on a direct course with the USS Flagg and blotting out the sun. Suddenly, a metal monstrosity bursts from the clouds. The Cobra Trawler Helicarrier. A flying aircraft carrier equipped with the most devastating arsenal of modern weaponry imaginable. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh no. With it, a squadron of Cobra fighters descend from the skies to take deadly aim. On the open ocean, the USS Flagg is a sitting duck. Setup. Open envelope 6. Wow, that jumps far ahead. Retrieve the Defeat the Air Fortress story mission. Replace Hold Back Cobra with Defeat the Air Fortress. Return to the game. Alright guys, so hold back Cobra, and here it comes. Defeat the Air Fortress. Oh no. Oh, when did S.H.I.E.L.D. get here? The Trawler Helicarrier is Cobra's answer to the military might of the USS Flagg. Yeah, one's in the water, yours is in the air, so you have the advantage. With 100,000 tons of flying steel and high-tech weaponry, the Joes aren't simply outclassed, they aren't even in the same league. Again, air-based vehicles will have their abilities triggered. One complication is attached to this. Place the damage token 2 spaces above the threat meter. If the threat meter or marker, reaches the burst ability, this mission immediately fails. You have to have a success of 14? Stop it in order to beat this. If you do, the threat meter goes down 1, you read 23. If you fail it, you read 0. Marksman and explosives can be used. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? That 14? 14? What? Oh my god. I would have to roll like 28 dice or whatever to even like remotely think about trying to get that. Oh my gosh. And I can't even like really use the flag either because I can bring 5 guys into it. But special abilities don't trigger, and I kind of need them if I'm not mistaken. Oh my god. I mean, we can give it a try just to see what happens. I feel like this is one of those... How do you have a battle that you're not supposed to win in a game like this? Because that's what it feels like. And that's wild to me that something like that exists here. 14 in the first run. That's insane. Okay, so it's marksman and explosives. I think I also forgot to do this last time. If the mission is a success, draw a card. If the mission fails, draw a complication with shipwreck. I did not do that. Unfortunately, tracker doesn't really do anything right now with this, so it just kind of is whatever. Yeah, here we go. We're going to use Falcon. Yeah, we have 4 that we can use. Let me just grab all this. All right, bring the vamp in. We know that we have 4 spots in order to go in. I really got to get more vehicles out here as well. Falcon, we know, is going in for 1 as far as Cover Girl goes. She's sending in Repeater because 3 marksmen, and I need that. I also have the Railgun coming in for 3 more on marksman. And we're just going to go 1, 2, 3 as well right there. So the rest of his cards are not going to be used for this. We'll see what else happens. From there, we do have a complication. So we've established that's what's happening. Mission up by 1, so we need 15. Are you kidding? Okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That just raises the threat meter by 1. So it just gets closer to this. And remember, if it touches that, we automatically fail it regardless of anything. But we're probably going to fail this now anywho. Okay, so we have marksman and explosives, which is actually both of those right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The railgun is actually adding in 5. Repeater is giving us 3 as well. Remember, none of these are leaders, so none of this counts because that's marksman. 3 explosives from Falcon. So I'm just going to use the dice here or there. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1 for each of the GIs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 that I'm rolling. No rerolls. Oh my gosh. This is wild. We are like only in the first act of the first mission and we have something this huge coming at us. Oh, let's see. I have no rerolls. One. Okay, so those are blank. These are all blank. I see a lot of twos. But again, we need 14. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whoa! Whoa! Yo, Joe! Yo, Joe! Thank goodness. After all of that, we were able to do 15 points of damage to this thing, and we dropped the threat meter down 1 compared to it just pushing up. But we also read 23. I can't believe we did it. Oh my god, I can't believe we did it. Turning away, even with the odds against them, and Cobra's brilliant show of force looming in the skies above, America's fighting force never gives up. Several explosions rock the metal surface of the Cobra trawler helicarrier to the sound of cheers from the deck of the Flagg. But those cheers quickly turn to silence as an electromagnetic shield quickly raises, deflecting any further damage. Cobra trawler helicarrier responds by unleashing a volley of missiles that pummel the USS Flagg's main deck. But just as it seems like the Joe's new carrier is toast, a deafening alarm sound is heard and the airship retreats once again into the clouds, along with the entire battalion. Was this attack a warning or a test? If this was just a test, then what fiendish plot does Cobra have in store? Log, injured air fortress, return to game. Oh boy. Okay, so this does count as 1, even though there's 2 here, but I'm just going to leave them together. I'll put them all away a little bit later because I want to make sure that everything is logged correctly in my book when we go along. Oh boy. Okay, there's really nothing else for Shipwreck to do right now. Sorry, Cover Girl. Cover Girl is what I meant because she had like all of these things ready to go, right? No, Falcon. No, 1, 2, 3. Falcon came from Shipwreck. A GI came from Shipwreck. We're going to toss that GI. We're going to toss that GI. Yeah, sure, whatever. It is still Cover Girl's turn. And what I need her to do is to defeat this Rattler. Now, I kind of wish I had my Diffuse, but that's okay. So we just have the Rattler right now. I could just discard it, but we're going to give this a shot. So it's 3 vehicle and 1 GI, and she's a leader, so she does get the mission critical die, and I blow it out of the water using that. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lots and lots and lots and lots. Railgun and Rattler attack has been defeated, which is fantastic. Now, we've done all this. Now we're in the buying phase. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, thank you, Hawk. Not even going to think twice about that. You take the bigger numbers and you go from there. Outback. Recon explosives. Recon is actually needed for the next one, which is nice. If no gear or utility cards are during the mission, add 2 hits. Okay, well, I've been gaining a lot of gear and utility, so I have to be careful with that. 3, 4, and a 5. Finished up her deck right there. That's nice. Now, we only have Shipwreck right now for this mission, or for going into this. And we have to put the next story mission into play. So let's go ahead starting Act 2.